This week is Parshat Metzora, and a Metzora is a leper. Maybe not literally the disease leprosy as it's known scientifically, but the Torah describes a certain malady which affects the skin, which is called sarat. And the Talmud asks, what does the word Metzora mean? Where does it come from? And it's a contraction actually of three words, motzi, shem, ra, which means that the person who contracted this leprosy, it happened to him because he pronounced an evil name. That means he gave somebody a negative name. He said something libelous. He spoke gossip. He said an untruth. And we know, in the Chofetz Chaim writes about this in great detail in his works on the laws of speech, that there are basically three types of negative speech. There's Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara is evil speech. That's where you say something negative about another person to a third party. And what you're saying could be 100% true. Then there's Rechilot, tale-bearing. You have something nice and interesting and juicy in one place and you go and repeat it in another place. Could also be true. But then you've got Motzi Shema, where you say something that is patently false. It's a libelous claim. And there's a discussion about which one is worse. Is it Lashon Hara or is it Motzi Shema? Now, this is a mitzvah that we really have to focus on in this generation. The generation of social media, which should really be called anti-social media, because it is really a sewer that is full of motzi shema. It's just full of libel and lies and sheker and falsehood. And one cannot even anymore differentiate between what is true and what is false. And now with the addition of artificial intelligence, you can't tell if a photograph is true. You can't tell. I heard the other day music that was composed by artificial intelligence and sounded like an actual singer, an actual band. But it's all false. You see videos, you see photographs. We're living in a world of falsehood. And the Talmud says very famously, Chotamo shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu emet, that the seal of Hashem is truth. And we have to emulate Hashem. And we have to make sure that we speak only that which is true. If we're not sure of the facts and we don't know, don't say it over. And certainly don't say it over on social media. The Chofetz Chaim says that for each word of Lashon Hara, of evil speech, that is said over to another party, it's an additional prohibition. So if you say it to one person, it's one prohibition. If you say it to two people, it's two prohibitions. And therefore he mentions that if you say something negative in printed form, so it could be read by 1,000 people, you are causing 1,000 people to stumble in sin. What would he have said about social media today when you can reach thousands, tens of thousands, and millions in a few seconds and ruin a person's reputation by saying something that's libelous? So we have to remember the Torah speaks about the Metzora, the person who got sarat. They were thrown out of the camp. They were told that they have to go into bidud. They have to be separated from the rest of society because they are doing something that is inherently antisocial. Therefore, we should make sure that our speech is always pure and good and proper. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.